Hi, welcome to episode 4. It's winter. We're moving into the final part of Life is Strange True Colours Wavelengths. So, a little bit of Steph is definitely haunted by events of what happened a year ago back in Arcadia Bay. She's still trapped in that storm that destroyed the town, killed most of the population, including her own mother and Mikey North's brother Drew. She's lodged in a waiting room between the unchangeable past and the unknown future, where the uncertainties of the present are just confusing the heck out of her. The smallest thing can evoke a memory involuntarily, and before she knows it, she's almost in the middle of a full-blown panic attack. It seems to have been happening to her more frequently as the anniversary draws closer. She thought clearly enough in the last episode to call Gabe and set up to meet him in a hurry to help her through the latest thing she was experiencing, but then ended up being distracted and having a cards on the table video call with Mikey instead. And I think that actually helped her a little to talk about the loss that they have in common, to realise she's not the only one who's traumatised and continues to be by memories of events of the storm and having these kind of flashbacks. Mikey's trying to move on too in his own way, and he's not finding it easy either. It's good that they've cleared the air about Steph's recent standoffishness bordering on ghosting, that Steph now realises Mikey's in need of her friendship and deserves nothing less. He's done nothing wrong. Nevertheless, Steph feels guilty about many things, including Chloe, and to a lesser extent Max, about missed opportunities she feels will never come again. She's survived when others didn't. She has a chance to live a full life, and yet she doesn't know what she should be doing with it. She has regrets too about the sort of cut-off person that she was back at Blackwell, sticking to her very small group of fellow nerds, and I use that term with affection, and not trying harder to get to know people like Chloe and the others. I don't think any of this actually assists Steph's confused state of mind when it comes to Haven Springs and what it means to her. It must have occurred to her that maybe there's something about her situation here, her indecision about her future path, her dilemma about whether she should remain or just hand her notice in and go, that's putting extra pressure on her right now and making the sense of grief about the past worse. Equally, she has no way of knowing, she has no guarantee that her flashbacks will stop once the anniversary is passed, or that if she was to leave Haven Springs, that would stop them from affecting her in the future either. There are practical problems about her just giving up and going too. She needs money, a job, a place to live, all of which at the moment Haven Springs affords her. She may have developed some skills and a following as a local DJ, but the big league radio job she's been looking at on her laptop specify someone with years more experience. And Steph knows there's nothing Gabe can do to help her this time around. Once was a miracle, convincing Kasia Sobieski and others to give her a chance at KRCT 104.3 and running the Record Traders store. But these new jobs, these people really would be checking up on her employment history and references in detail, and she knows it. So what does she do? She's desperate for progress and a solid chance to rebuild her life, but she doesn't know how she's going to achieve it. She doesn't want to forget about the past entirely. Not all her reminiscences are negative. Some of the memories of friends and happy times that she spent back then are beautiful and draw a smile from her. But she can't handle the terrors that take control of her and fill her with this regret and threaten to overwhelm her. So what will she do? Can winter snows bring a peace that is eluding her right now? Let's get in there and find out. Now, just before we do, one more thing I need to mention. The production of my playthrough of Life is Strange Wavelengths has been scattered across several months. And the reason for that is twofold. One is that I've been very busy, and the other is that when I uploaded one of the videos at least, discovered it was region blocked in a large part of the world due to some of the music that was within it, and therefore had to revert to using YouTube Studio's tool, which is for this specific purpose, to remove music from the video to do this. So there have been some complications and delays, I think it's fair to say, between me starting to play this, which was actually in the summer, and this final episode, which I'm about to film today, which is virtually in the winter. I feel like I've been through the same sort of journey, actually, that Steph's gone through. It's quite appropriate when you think about it. It's the first time that thought has occurred to me. OK, let's go. The last part of Wavelengths. Here we go. It is the winter.
Okay, we've had no calls in the past hour, which means you're all either partying or sleeping. Both of which I respect.
Hey, Steph.
I gotta say though, if you haven't tried spending New Year's Eve locked in a small room talking to yourself, I highly recommend it. Honestly. I might do this every year.
Poor Steph. I mean, she's really on her own here, isn't she?
Hey there, you're live on KRCT and I'm not alone in the universe. Who's this?
Hey, it's Gabe.
Gabe, you're on the air.
It's
you realise
everyone's
this?
favorite bartender.
Ask him if he's made any resolutions.
So, what are your resolutions and how many have you already broken?
Yeah, I was actually hoping to get your take on one of them.
Oh, hello. This sounds serious.
Great. Let me throw in a song and then call you.
No, I meant... I called the show so I could talk to the psychic.
Oh.
Yeah, but...
All right. What's on your mind?
everybody listening knows who you are, Gabe.
Someone in my family who might be totally alone right now. I've been thinking of reaching out to her. The thing is, it's been 7 years, and all that time I never got in touch.
Oh, Steph could tell you about things like that. Let's ask why. Why not?
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't have anything to offer her. That's been my excuse for ages. No, look, the truth is I'm terrified of talking to her. I don't know what she's been through. I don't even know if she's okay. I'm freaking out that she hates me, and honestly, I bet I could handle that if I knew it was coming. So, I'm calling you to ask. What's gonna happen if I contact her? What's she gonna say?
Well, this is heavy stuff, Steph.
You know I'm not actually psychic, right?
Shh. Don't ruin it.
Oh dear, that's shattered an illusion.
Okay. Give me a second.
Now, this is interesting, isn't it? Gabe asking Steph for advice. 18. Strong roll.
Guess what? It's looking bright.
Seriously?
What would be super good for Gabe?
Maybe he's got a sense of purpose. How about an honest conversation? Come on, Steph.
You reach out. The two of you have a really tough conversation. You talk for 2 hours. She says all the things you were afraid she would.
I think she's hurt, but she's probably... Yeah, I think she's hurt. I'm going with pressing square a lot here, have you noticed? I think she's more hurt than wary.
Your absence really hurt.
Yes.
For years, she thought you didn't want her in your life anymore.
This is supposed to be good?
She's being honest.
When you hang up, you're exhausted, emotionally raw. But you're also grateful. Because now you know exactly what needs to be rebuilt. And you can roll up your sleeves and get started. You admit you screwed up. And you don't try to rush anything. Gradually, she starts texting you back. Once a week, twice a week, first thing every morning. Until one day, she sends you a screenshot of her phone history. It's calls to Gabe, all the way down. and you realize she's saying she's so happy you're back in her life.
Thanks.
Wow,
Thank you
Steph.
for calling.
How's the station? You lonely over there?
She is, yes.
Honestly, no. Things are pretty great.
Okay. Then I'll see you.
That's not entirely true. I mean, it's great in one way because she's got it the way she wants it to be. But in another way, it's not so good, is it? Because she is on her own.
Read ads, play songs, take calls. I'm a fully automated DJ.
I feel the same way by now. That was an interesting conversation she had there. I'm just going to turn down the input volume from the PS5 very slightly because it's loud. That's better. Alright, I'm going to... Do you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to select any records because I think it's easier to stick with what the game tells you to have. Sticky dinos!
A peaceful herd of Splatosaurus.
Absolutely. What can you throw them at though? I love that poster in the middle of the screen there. I am not going to read it out. Sound effects.
Wah, wah.
Oh, okay. We have the phone, we have the microphone, we can banter a bit.
It is
Mid-record.
New Year's Eve, Kindhaven listeners, and that means partying, smooching at midnight, and resolutions. Call in with your New Year's resolution, and Haven's best and only radio psychic will tell you how it goes.
Listening to her conversation with Gabe, which is the psychic giving advice to somebody, you could see how it would be appealing for just people to listen to on the radio, because it was quite entertaining. D20.
Ready to roll?
Always. That thing controls our lives. Do you not realise this? Cell phone.
Any smolder used tonight is strictly for shits and giggles.
Yes. And... Oh, okay, it's only for giggles. Right then. Oh, I've just realised what I need here. There will be a small pause because I have to open the drawer on my desk, so I'll have to edit this out. Okay, and I'm back. I'll just turn the camera off a second so you can read what it says in the corner. Things we've got to do. Read all the adverts, answer 2 calls, tally the fuzzball score again, and listen to your final song. Well, it depends what it is. Whether the game will let me listen to it, we'll see. So, Janine, 24 Longmont, Colorado, is that? This user hasn't entered a tagline yet. My D20 of Doom is here. I've got a pad to roll it on if I move my glasses out of the way so it doesn't cause too much noise. I'm going to go with... I'm just going to go with... Odds are yes and evens are no. It's an odd, so that's R2. Crystal from Rocky Mountain High. I'm afraid, Crystal, it's a no from us. Zephyr from Denver, Colorado. She says. Well, is apparently the right thing to say because it's a hit. Betsy from Denver. Cosplay is not consent. She got a 20. That's a definite no then for you. Carmen from Haven Springs, not like other girls, gets a 5. So that's a yes. Shell from Boulder, hasn't entered a tagline yet. College graduate by the looks of it, gets a 17. That's a yes. And Riani, is that from Utherdurn, Colorado? Let's do some good together. Let's not, I'm afraid, because you got a 12, so it's a no. Gemma, this is so easy. This is so easy. From Denver, Colorado, goes to the front. Apparently it is, yes, because you got a 19, so that's good. Harper from Littleton, Colorado, in a world of sharks, be a dolphin. Steph likes that. You got 15, so it's a yes. And Brooke from Castle Rock, Colorado, hasn't entered a tagline yet. How mysterious. But you got a 20 as well, so that's a no.
That's as good a sign as any.
That's
Time
fine.
to say goodbye to this app.
It is. Goodbye, app. She was only doing it for something to do, wasn't she? Just to keep her happy.
You survived another rotation around the sun. Congrats.
Well done, Mr. Bobblehead, and
What a
have a
year,
bobble on
huh?
me. Records are there. We can look, we can browse. Instead of which I'm going to read an ad.
My inner Tyler Durden hates this part of the job, but my inner Billy Mays loves it.
I'm not sure what that actually meant, but I'm going to read an advert, see what there is to read rather. One is KRCT sponsors the... Oh, this is our sponsors for the period right up to the end of the year. The Black Lantern 2019 New Year's Eve party, free champagne, raffles with prizes provided by Charlene and Charlotte, I beg your pardon, and Eleanor, etc. Tap out night, last Thursday of every month. New brews installed in our rotating taps, drink specials. Thanks, Jed. Grimley's Auto Repair. Happy New Year from Grimley's. Thanks for KRCT for your continued partnership. We've served the Haven Springs community for 13 years in case anyone's curious about the exact number. We're open during all major winter holidays, so get yourself the gift of safe, dependable driving. And then Spamps Grocery. This is good. Hey Steph, love your show. We have a bit of an overstock on holiday stuff, so anything you can do to get bodies in the store will be a huge help. Holiday foods on sale, full-size turkeys, smoked ham, fresh cranberry sauce, blow out on holiday decorations, get ahead of next year. Wide selection of New Year's resolution friendly foods. What does that mean when it's about? Okay, bad. We're going to read an advert. We'll do the grocery because I like the sound of it.
Are you sorry to see the winter season go? Not sure how you're gonna survive the long holidayless stretch until Valentine's Day? Not to worry, Spamps Grocery has you covered. Keep the winter cheer alive with...
I would say they're trying to push the decorations, so...
Even more decorations. Get a second Christmas tree, throw a light up 2019 sign on your lawn. Who cares what your neighbors think? And as we ready those New Year's resolutions, Spamps is your one-stop shop for...
Well, that's got to be the food. Oh, bland foods. No, don't say bland foods. They are a sponsor.
Healthy foods to eat during the 2 weeks you actually use your gym membership. Happy New Year from Spamps.
Isn't that the truth?
Gabe,
okay,
what
so...
did you leave out there for me?
Gabe's on the phone. I don't know. We're going to leave that for a second and pop out into the shop area. And then I'm going to consult my phone.
What could fit under the front door? Maybe concert tickets?
Steph, there's an awful lot of music going on here at the same time. It's kind of cacophonous. Better. Let's look at the cardboard sign.
The result of wine night with Charlotte, if memory serves.
Oh dear. Well, that's not going to be used again, is it? Ethan's drawing.
Nothing quite like being artistically shown up by a 10-year-old to start your year off.
He is very talented. And the water cooler, of course.
Guess I could hang out here and ask myself if I'm going to the office party tonight.
It's a curious mix going on here, isn't it? She's comfortable to be by herself in a sense because it doesn't mean she's got to entertain anybody else or think about anybody else's problems or any of the rest of it. But also I think she was not happy about being on her own.
Gabe ran into a pole doing bike tricks to make me laugh. Mission accomplished.
Yes. Valkyrie's dish.
Haven't served Valkyrie her New Year's Eve treat yet. What's New Year's for if not stuffing your face with junk food?
Are we going to be allowed to eat any of this junk food? No, we're not.
Gotta give Valkyrie her New Year's treat.
Let's get some salmon out for the cat.
Only the best smoked salmon for my little terror.
Yes. Not everyone's favourite pet, Valkyrie. Bit on the vicious side when provoked.
Well, KRCT's officially got a new logo by yours truly.
Very nice. A logo with a little bit of edge to it. Hayride sign.
Yeah, I'm definitely bringing this back for next year.
That sounds like you're planning to still be here next year, doesn't it, Steph? Haunted Hayride, open October 2 through November 1, 1998, sponsored by Rocky Mountain Record Traders. The employee holds.
Turns out every record I had on hold for myself was the perfect holiday gift for one of my friends.
Hey, Steph, look on the bright side. You've made a lot of friends.
Misty looks a little creepy, but once you get to know her, she's actually armless.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. It's not just arms she's missing either by the looks of it. She needs a few more clothes. Okay. There's an awful lot of stuff in the store today. Whoa, what is this?
Dang it, Ryan. I tried to help you, bro.
Oh. Operation Get Ryan Laid. Operation Write Ryan a nice, non-threatening smolder bio. Outdoorsy hunk seats part in crime. Don't know about mentioning crime. Amateur ornithologist Be My Lovebird. Lovebirds are actually noisy, aggressive, etc. Maybe Be My Cockatiel. If you're looking for a Colorado himbo with a heart of gold, no further. What's a himbo? And then heterosexual ISO, other heterosexual for heterosexual activities all crossed out. And then, okay, now you're not even trying. She's trying her best. I think she is trying her best.
If it turns out I sold more bird call CDs than punk records this year, I'm gonna give Ryan a wedgie.
Only $9.99 as well. She's doing okay, isn't she? Don't you think? She's a success to a degree. She's got friends. Is it too comfortable though? Is this it? Is that what she's asking herself in her head? Is this it now?
My best thrift shop find. Ugly as sin, comfy as hell, and probably bedbug free.
That is so true. I have tried some very comfy looking chairs in my life that have turned out to be an absolute pain in the back. And then, of all things, the chair I'm now sitting on is the simplest office chair you can imagine. It doesn't even have armrests or anything like that on it. And it is actually quite comfortable. I went through heck with my chairs, and I think I catalogued some of this in previous videos. But finally I've settled on one that seems to be okay, and it's not sort of killing me.
Damn, Mikey. When did you turn into such a grown-up?
Thought you might like a reminder of how far we've come. Yeah, happy days, were they not? Happy days. What is this thank you note?
Sorry, Riley, but that horse had to go.
Dear Steph, thank you so much for the delightful vintage carousel horse. I think it's just the loveliest thing. Riley says it's creepy and keeps taking it out of the shop, but we'll see which of us has the last laugh. Best wishes, Eleanor. Oh dear. Do you know, I think if you did leave in a hurry, you'd miss these people, Steph. I really, really do. We will come back to the fuzzball scoreboard. I shall remind myself to do so. I want to look at this coat rack if it will let me.
People here wear t-shirts in the winter and brag about not being cold, but those of us who've survived Seattle's death drizzle know better than to tempt the gods.
I have wondered about this with Steph's choice of headwear. Is it a fashion choice? Is it because it's just simply not very warm in Haven Springs? Certainly at the moment. We've got some hold list stuff here actually too.
What the hell is Ducky up to?
Ducky is... Ducky looks like he's putting on some Christmas, some entertainment. But why is he... If we're on New Year's, why is he reserving all these things to do with Halloween again? Perhaps he's living in the past. That wouldn't surprise me about Ducky at all. Meanwhile, on the we have a little tree.
We're gunning for Charlie Brown with this level of decor.
Absolutely. A single bauble, that's all. Don't overdo it.
Okay, tomorrow I'm finally clearing this off. New year, new bulletins.
I think that's probably a good idea. It looks like there's stuff going on, though, in Haven Springs, doesn't it? Hello, listening station.
The death metal holiday album I put out isn't getting much play, and I have no idea why.
Go figure. I hope that was you being tongue-in-cheek there when you said you have no idea why. Because I could suggest a few reasons if you need them. Oh wow, look at that. A whole side of display with nothing for us to interact with. And the same again. Let's look at the antlers.
How does Ducky make all of this stuff while also spending every waking minute of his life at the bar? Maybe time travel.
I think it's because he's retired and he has nothing better to do. It could be that. And I wasn't being disrespectful in that comment. I'm just saying, you know, Ducky strikes me as the sort of person who could make that thing behind you. For a moment I thought it had a price tag on it as well, as if he was trying to sell it. No, that's not a price tag. It's just the end of the lights.
When did Gabe have time to sneak something in here?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it's that envelope that's got your name on it there. Meanwhile, look.
Never resented snow until it became my job to clear it.
Absolutely. It's a shovel. I'm coming back to that as well.
So he's like killing his own people? What the hell?
Yes, that is a bit strange, isn't it? I'm trying to remember if these are the same instruments that were in the window when she first arrived, or whether it's actually rotated somewhat. Let's go into the back room. Oh, nice. A singing bowl or a singing bowl?
Charlotte and I were not built for that meditation class. Felt like termites were chewing up my fucking legs.
So that's not going to get played again, is it? By the sounds of things.
Was this worth $19.99? Yes.
I don't know. Was it? Maybe. Depends what else you could have spent the $19.99 on. That's always a good way of gauging whether something's worth something, isn't it? When do you find yourself doing this? When you're about to spend the money, you think, or I could buy instead X, Y, Z, and then you think, so is it on a level with buying X, Y, and Z? Quite often, if the answer is no, then don't buy it.
If someone told me when I started this random ass job that we'd get popular enough to sell merch, I would have punched them in the foot.
I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? If you've got people calling in and wanting to buy merchandise.
Hope I've done the old place proud.
I think you probably have. I mean, we've seen a lot of this, haven't we?
We had a good time together that day.
Okay, so that's interesting. This was when drugstore makeup arrived. That's a new one on us, isn't it? And is that our first shot of her former band partner? I think it is. We've read all that stuff before. The Moms Against Satanic Mass, etc, etc.
Managed to do 3 late night practice sessions this week. It's actually kind of nice. Playing in an empty store.
And hopefully with no neighbours, since it's late night when you're choosing to do this. The place is looking well populated from the point of view of stock. It's definitely got a feel about it, you know, that someone has put a personality on it. Steph's personality. Alright, I am going to the fuzzball first, then we'll go and pick up that thing in the doorway. In fact, I might go back and... cat toy. I didn't spot you last time.
Valkyrie better be grateful. This cost me $3 whole.
I'm sure he is. Scratching post.
Valkyrie only uses this when I'm not looking, which doesn't hurt my feelings whatsoever.
Yes, I mean, some cats take to scratching posts and some cats sort of look at them and go, meh, no, I'm alright, thanks. And they carry on scratching the woodwork and everything else around. Fuzzball scoreboard.
Gotta add the latest game.
Yes, let's add the latest game. Tally it.
Definitely a worthy match to close out the year.
Was it? Oh, you bet we're going to replay the game. Yes, 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 please. I'm going to miss Fuzzball.
Look, your fundamentals are solid, but your trash talk needs some serious improvement. As of this moment,
You are enrolled in Professor Gabe Chen's Trash Talk University.
Damn, man. Sounds prestigious.
Oh, crikey.
Okay, Professor. Teach me.
Lesson 1.
I'm trying. Oh, man.
Gotta
Oh.
get in your opponent's head. Ruthless. Use their insecurities against them.
Oh, my goalkeeper didn't move. What was that all about?
Typically,
This is...
trash talk involves some amount of, talk.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll start talking.
Move on to lesson 2.
I'm sorry, I was busy. I'm not going to
Gotta
survive.
flex your bragging muscles. Really just blast a guitar solo right in their stupid face,
Got it. Yeah. Oh, I've got a goal. Hooray. It's not a complete whitewash.
You're not
No!
gonna play along, like,
No!
whatever. Lesson 3.
Oh, come on. Kick it! Kick it. Best advice a manager ever gave a team.
Schoolyard insults are your
Kick
best
the
friend.
ball. Oh, man.
Oh, so close!
I didn't use any of the
What's for
insults.
Seeking an education at Gabe Chen's Trash Talk University.
I was too busy playing.
School.
Damn it. I was so sure I had you that time.
Aw, Steph. Sweet, naive Steph. Sweet, pure, optimistic, bad at foosball Steph.
Dude, knock it off. Closing out the year the same way I started it.
That was interesting. When she was writing the score on the scoreboard, she didn't look entirely pleased. Is she thinking of herself as a bit of a failure? And I didn't use any of the trash talk. I got so engrossed in playing the game, and it made no difference because I lost anyway. I'm going to go back in the booth before I pick up that.
Best party in town.
Thanks. Before I pick up the notice outside. Let me in. Let me in. Let's do another advert, Steph. Okay, ads, please. Today I'm going to go with Grimley's Auto Repair.
Hey, we've got a returning sponsor today, Grimley's Auto Repair, serving Haven Springs.
Since before some of you were born.
Since 2005, before some of my listeners were even born. And if you're one of them, remember, only cool kids stay up late and listen to local radio. Grimley's is opened on every major winter holiday. So if you
It's a reindeer, I would think.
crashed your car head on into Comet, Cupid, Donner, or Vixen, they're here for you. Again, that's Grimley's Auto Repair, your best and greasiest neighbors.
So if you hit Blitzen or Rudolph, they can fend for themselves. Is this what we're saying? Let's leave. I'm going to go and pick that envelope up that Gabe's pushed under the front door to find out what on earth it is he wants. Let's go. I hope it's still there. It's the danger of leaving envelopes lying on the floor around this place. But the antlers are still there. And we've had no customers again.
Suspicious.
It is. Let's open it and find out what it says. Okay. Very decorative writing on the outside. Paper is tearing.
A fucking scavenger hunt on New Year's Eve? My friends are dorks.
Okay. So, Steph, wait, what? Your friends put together a surprise scavenger hunt, and this is the first clue? You must have seriously great friends. Steph is witty, bold and fun, but she's also a great listener. P.S. We're starting off easy, don't look far. GCCHRL. GCCHRL. Okay, we're starting off easy, don't look far. Scavenger hunt. And we're moving. GCCH. Oh, I say, I get the idea. We're going to have to look in the
My sweet, precious children. No one will hurt you here.
records.
The folks who buy rap albums on vinyl are a rare and special group. I aspire to that level of coolness.
And apparently they're keeping your store
I
afloat.
never really found religious music inspirational. And then I saw how much money these bands make.
Music is an industry. Let's go to the other side of the display and see if there's any more.
They said don't look far. So close to the front door, I guess?
Okay. Thanks for that. You've saved me from going way too far. Well, it's not the shovel. Close to the front door. I'm looking. The salt says interact with me.
So he's like
Yeah, we know.
killing his own people? What the hell?
I am close to the front door. There's a shovel. There are stickers. There is frost on the windows. There's a clue.
A fucking scavenger hunt on New Year's Eve? My friends are dorks.
Don't look far. I've been everywhere here, haven't I? I've been to the tree. I've looked at the bulletin board. Rub my belly, it says up there. That's not going to happen. If I spend my life wandering around the store, I will edit this out until I find out what it is I'm supposed to be looking for. I have no idea what this was supposed to be finding.
Charlotte underlined listener and getting pretty mushy. Even for Gabe.
I found it. 1 year ago, this brought us together. We were friends in a heartbeat. Okay.
Getting pretty mushy. Even for Gabe.
So we found the first clue. Second clue.
Getting pretty mushy. Even for Gabe.
So where's the third clue going to be? Is there a third clue? Oh, I've just got to wander around until it reveals itself, I guess. What could the third clue be? Oh man, there's a lot of wandering going to be needed here. It's not down here. They started easy with the first clue, and even that took me a while to find it. Did it not? I wonder if it's in the other room.
I met Gabe when I was still with my band. He invited us to play here.
He did. Is that some sort of clue? Is it something to do with the pictures? On the Wall of Fame? No. Aha! Clue.
Typical Ryan, making triple sure I get it.
Ever since you started illuminating the future, your show's been a bright spot in people's lives. You've really made Haven shine again. Oh, I have a phone. I need to get back there. Maybe I don't. It's stopped. Let me check, and I don't think I've got any messages from any of these people. Yeah, these are old ones, are they not? But I do have, if I can navigate to the top here, some unread messages. Let's work our way through. Ethan. New issues done. Sick. When do I get copies for the shop? I can probably bring you some tomorrow. Heck yes. See you then. His graphic novel comic is still going. Mikey North. Wow. Okay, we need to go back a distance here, don't we? I'm trying to work out where the places we need to come in. We certainly heard that bit. Okay, this is where we'll start. Hey, thank you for, I don't know, talking sense into me last night, I guess. And the response is, we talk sense into each other. And then, LOL, I said basically nothing. Which gets the reply, hard disagree. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was actually talking to you. How are you feeling about it today? And the reply was, I don't know, better, less haunted, I guess. That's good, that's a start. Yo, how old is Furnace Peak, by the way? And Steph says, the volcano itself? And Mikey says, yeah. Steph says, I mean, its name is literally Elder Throne, so it's pretty old. And Mikey says, do you think it was formed before the fall of Balian Grey? Steph, let me check. Yeah, that checks out because the elementals would already have been born. Sick. Why do you ask? Because Ellerman wants some artifacts from the era of myth, ups his spellcasting game by twofold. And then we have, well, you'll have to finish the campaign to find out. And then Mikey says, how's life in the sticks, by the way? Still thinking about splitting? And Steph says, I don't know, no time soon. Haven's all right. It's not like where I see myself retiring, but I like it here for now, I think. Like, I don't know, you know how horror games have safe rooms where the monsters can't get you and you have a chance to heal up and reload before you go back out to blast the skulls off some more zombies? Mikey says, LOL. I'll take your word for it, not my genre. Well, Haven Springs is my safe room, I think. Reload, heal up, and then head back into the big, dangerous world. Mikey says, good luck healing up. I wouldn't want to be the first zombie to cross your path once you do. And then she says, chick, chick, blam. Izzy, on the other hand, who I thought was blocked. Okay. We read that bit about that, and then she blocked the messages there, and then we get this. Hi from Steph. Izzy. So I unblocked you, obviously because she said hey. Steph, yeah, you sure did, LOL. Izzy, haha. I just found this and thought you might want a copy. Steph says, oh wow, that's a really good pic of us. That's where the picture came from in the gallery. And then, LOL, I know, right? I look hot. Steph says, LOL, you really do. Man, what a good day, her. Izzy says, yeah. Anyway, hit me up if you're ever back in Seattle. Steph says, I will. And then Gabe, Ryan and Charlotte, the dream team. I'm having to work from the dates here, like I said, because it's so long since I've played the game, because of various busyness reasons, in other words, being busy. Okay. Who drew on the Laserdisc standee? And then Gabe says, someone drew on the Laserdisc standee? I would never, Ryan says. Steph replies, LOL, I'm not mad. This is hilarious. Gabe, what's it say? Steph, I'll show you next time you come by the shop. It's perfect. I just noticed it and about peed myself laughing, just trying to figure out who to congratulate on a job well done. Gabe, wasn't me, man. You know I'd take credit. Ryan, I've cleaned up too much trail graffiti. I would have died of guilt. And then Steph says, Shah, you're being mysteriously quiet. And Charlotte says, long live Laserduck. Well, that's a surprise. And I haven't read Gabe's messages. I've just realised. Let's go for Gabe. Go for Gabe. Right. Oh, we've got a good wind back to do here. Oh, we have a lot of wind back to do here. We're into October, I think, where it starts. Dude, do you have my copy of The Sword of Dust and Daylight? Steph replies, oh, yeah, LOL, I totally forgot I borrowed that. Gabe, oh, thank God. So that's not technically mine, it's technically Ethan's, and he gets back from his dad's tomorrow, and he'll be, if we can't play it together. And Steph says, LOL, I'll swing by with it after work. Gabe replies, "You're a total champ. Best punk band, go." X-Ray Specs, she replies. And Gabe says, "LOL, you're so wrong. It's obviously the Misfits." And then she's gone with Normie says what? "Best cartoon character, go." And Gabe says, "Hot Dog Man." Steph, "Correct." "Best breakfast food, go." "Biscuits and gravy smothered with hot sauce." And Gabe says, "How are you going to do pancakes like that?" SMDH. And she says, "Look, I love a good pancake. I will go to town on a fat stack of those suckers, but let's not kid ourselves. Pancakes are a dessert food." Gabe, "What? I don't even know who I'm talking to right now." Steph, "They're sweet, they're sticky, they have no nutritional value." Gabe, "Oh, I'm sorry, and biscuits and gravy are a superfood?" Steph, "Whatever, you know the rules. We can only argue for 30 seconds per topic. Best place in Haven to have a picnic, go." "The park," Gabe replies. "The pier, come on, man." Gabe, "Oh, yeah, okay, I changed my answer." Steph, LOL. "Okay, time out, got to get ready for work." And Gabe says, "Yo, you checked under the front door of the shop lately? For like, I don't know, surprises left there for you by your loving and supporting buds?" Which takes us back to where we are now. Clue hunting. Whoa, and I nearly walked past one. There's a clue nestled right there, look.
Huh, sure.
And it says, and I'm going to put it on read because it's being in coloured text, it's difficult to see on screen, I realise this. "You took a giant leap of faith and moved to a strange town where you'd forged a badass creative life for yourself. Find the next clue in the record bin that describes what you are." We are going back to the record bins. Well, what would she describe herself as? We already know there's an indie section. I'm going to say indie. But it says clue over here. Inspirational.
What?
Okay.
Good effort, Ethan.
Thanks for selling comics. That's what I call awesome. Switchboard. So we're going to be heading for the switchboard? Just a wild guess. Let's go back into the studio. Let me in. It's almost as if they knew she was going to be spending New Year's Eve on her own, so they've put this thing together just to make her feel a little bit less lonely. Maybe.
Okay. That clue's in here somewhere.
Oh, hello. Answer the phone. Who is this?
Hey, you're on with Steph.
Hello, Stephanie.
Is this Ducky?
It is.
Indeed it is. I'm calling with an inquiry about the future.
I'm seriously flattered.
I'm inquiring about my gentleman's mortality wager.
You need to explain this.
Sorry, you're what?
Many years ago, my friends and I buried a chest of some value deep in the Nevada desert. We agreed that the last of us to remain alive would win the right to dig up that chest and claim its contents. It's a common arrangement, although it's admittedly fallen out of favor and legality. You may know it as a tontine.
She may not. So, the big question is, how many of you are there?
How many of you are left?
3 plus me equals 4. For now.
I'll consult the fates and be right back. So glad this is up to the D20 and not me.
Absolutely. D20 of Doom, step up. It's your job. Let's see what I get on mine. I've got a 5.
17.
Oh.
Go Ducky. So, Ducky's tontine.
I would like to see what happens. He's already got friendship. Let's say he wins his tontine and see what happens.
Ducky, I'm back.
Prognosticate away.
It is the best of news, and it is the worst of news. You win your tontine this year.
Yes, you're going to be the last man standing.
And worst of news indeed.
It's a sad day when your last friend dies. But then, you think about what you could do with the loot.
Who says it's loot? It could be anything. Would he try and get away in the winter or the summer? I think he likes the summer there, so I think he'd try and get away in the winter.
You use it to spend some time actually enjoying these old mountains you call home.
I've always wanted to try my hand at snowboarding.
Then you go for it.
Okay, you go snowboarding. You ride the lift up to the top on your first run, and by accident, you end up on a double black diamond. It's an experience that would be terrifying.
But
If you weren't such an inexplicably good snowboarder. On that day, a new ducky is born. Maybe you realize that death packs are really all about celebrating life. The more you live it up, the more you honor their memories.
Thank you, Stephanie. This has been most amusing.
You got it. Happy New Year, Ducky.
that was interesting, wasn't it? The more you live it up, the more you honour their memories. Is she talking about the people she lost as well? Could be. Hey everybody, we've just found the clue, but I'm going to read another ad because they're here and we're here and I'm looking at them.
Man, last show of 2018. I know I say this every New Year's, but this was a fucking crazy year.
This has been an exceptional year, has it not? Let's read an advert from The Black Lantern.
KRCT is brought to you by The Black Lantern, where at this very moment, there's a New Year's rager brewing. You still have time to
Win a raffle.
win one of the raffle prizes donated by local artisans. Also,
Fantastic.
Tap Out Night is the last Thursday of every month. The Lantern offers
Lots of beer. Drink specials or dink specials. Let's do dink and see what happens.
Okay, well, it says here they offer dink specials. So head there on Thursdays to score a discount dink. Happy New Year from the Black Lantern, the beer-scented heart of Haven Springs.
You can almost smell the place, can't you? I'm playing the game here and I can almost smell the Black Lantern from where I'm sitting. If at any point in your life you spent any amount of time in places such as that, let's look at the computer.
Hey, old friend. Emphasis on old.
I'm going to use it. I'm not sure it's going to reveal
Oh
anything
yeah,
amazing.
KRCT has gone pro, baby.
Fantastic.
Have any listeners lately? I blame the holidays.
It could be that. It's tailed off rather, hasn't it? But then you are looking at a daily thing there, so, you know, what's a few days? Not much.
Well, it hardly needed to be said, so she hardly said it.
Okay. So this is from Beatrice Goddard to Steph Gingrich. Happy New Year is the subject, dear Steph. I wanted to take a moment to wish you a most joyful New Year, and though it hardly needs to be said, acknowledge your hard work and considerable contribution to KRCT and the record traders over the last 10 months. Best, Beatrice Goddard, KRCT Station Manager, her official role.
It's an honor to be chosen as Olivia's elder gay.
Okay, this time I'm going to have to put read on it because the text is too small. And we're going to go down to the bottom, which takes some time because that's as fast as it scrolls. And we've got to start with the message at the bottom because that came in first. So Steph from Olivia Rains, and then there's a thing and another email address. Subject, seeking elder gay advice. Hey Steph, I don't know if you remember me. I called your show a few months ago about having my girlfriend over for dinner. It went super well, by the way. I know we're not exactly friends, but I could use some elder gay advice. TM. I just found out that my girlfriend isn't out yet to her parents and they think I'm just a friend. I know coming out is super personal and I don't want to push her. It's just finally being out is a really big deal for me and this kind of feels like a big step backwards. Don't feel like you have to get back to me or anything, but if you have any advice, I would really appreciate it, Liv. And then Steph said, and there's no way of getting to the top of this page faster than this. I want to know what Steph said. And she said, "Hey Liv, of course I remember you. That's really tough. I can see why tiptoeing around her parents might feel like a step back for you. Thinking back to after I'd first come out, I would have felt the same way. If that feeling overwhelms you, then yeah, it might be time to get out. But life is long and this won't last forever. If you really like this girl and you feel like you can stick it out, I think you should try. Hope that helps, Steph." I'm glad we remembered to use the computer. Let's banter.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail?
I thought it was more than that.
Like my resolution to stop making up bogus statistics?
And that's probably why I thought it was more than that. Again.
All this talk of New Year's resolutions has made me realize I actually don't have one yet. We'll work on that together, Kind Haven listeners.
We will. Okay, banter some more.
In surviving one more rotation around the sun, you have traveled 584 million miles. So why not kick back with some KRCT? You've earned it.
We can carry on bantering for a little.
The ball dropping, the iconic symbol of New Year's, was initially used to help sailors tell time at a distance from the shore.
Steph's been doing...
It's been another episode of Steph Ruins Everything.
Oh, is that all the bantering you're going to realize? No, it's not. It's not.
Keep those dancing shoes and giant plastic 2019 glasses on. And don't turn that dial. You're partying with KRCT.
This is the last time we're going to get to do any bantering.
The new year comes to the American Samoa last, due to their proximity to the international dateline. So, if you're feeling the need to celebrate twice, you might still have time to catch a plane.
And some people do that, don't they?
When he was 13, the famous escape artist Harry Houdini was forced to work his father's store on New Year's Eve.
I didn't know that.
It was that year that he resolved to dedicate his life to getting out of things. You're listening to KRCT.
She's been collecting loads of stuff here, hasn't she, for use in between little record sections.
If you are a superstitious person, you should make sure all your bills and debts are paid before we hit midnight.
Who knew?
Carrying over debt is seen as bad luck.
I honestly did not know that.
Yeah, get on that.
This channel has turned into a really educational thing.
Okay, I've got one. Next year, I resolve to face things head on instead of running from them. That's my resolution. Call in and tell me yours.
Do that very thing. Let's leave. I want to just check out what was on our list of things to do again. Oh, hello. We're on a save point. I know I've reached my swipe allowance. I just wanted to check that I'd not missed anything up here. And I haven't. All is good.
Gotta keep looking.
Oh, the phone's ringing.
Where's that next clue?
Oh yeah, it was in the booth. Go in the booth, go in the booth. But also the phone is ringing. That's always the way, isn't it? You walk away from the phone and the thing starts to ring. Who can it be?
Okay, that clue's in here somewhere.
Yeah, I've got to answer the phone. Hello?
Happy New Year. You're on with Steph.
Who is it this time?
Wow. Hi. I have a major problem I'd love your help with.
My college minor was in major problems. Let's hear it.
Let's hope it's not medical.
It's about a Christmas present I got this year from my grandma.
What's the grandma gifts rule? Or is she saying grandma gifts rule?
Grandma gifts rule.
She is.
They pull out all the stops.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm calling.
What's she done?
My grandma bought me a $4,000 video camera.
What?
With the lighting rig.
Whoa.
I know. I don't want her paying for that. She's a retired grocer. But it's not just about the expense. For a while, I wanted to be a movie director, and Grandma super latched onto it. DVDs, filmmaking books, online courses. Now this.
I'm guessing you're not as into filmmaking anymore?
Honestly, the more I've learned about the industry, the more I question if it's really something for me. So what do I do? Return the camera and just roll over her feelings with the truck?
I will consult the cosmos.
That's a hard question. She's going to roll a dice to do this, so I'm going to roll one as well. I got a 5 again. And I swear there's nothing biased about my dice. Let's see what Steph gets. 12.
12 doesn't tell me much.
5 told me more than that.
What does one do with an overexpensive gift?
Well, he doesn't want to offend his grandma, but on the other hand, nor does he want to pretend. Oh, I think he needs to be honest. She just misunderstood. If he returns the camera, it can be returned, and he can get something else.
Cosmos consulted.
Let's see what it says.
You return the whopper of a gift and come clean with Grandma after all those years of misguided presents.
Oh, my stomach.
Do it.
It's a thorny conversation, not at all softened by your grandma's homemade raspberry tarts.
I mean, if you don't, she'll buy you a movie studio next year, won't she? Let's be honest. She's thankful. You've been honest.
Even though she's embarrassed,
Yeah.
she's thankful that you were honest. It shows that you really do value her.
Yes.
That's a relief.
And instead of video cameras, Grandma makes you a holiday sweater every year featuring Rudolph in various summertime occupations.
Oh.
Gardener, lifeguard, ice cream truck driver, seasonal orchard hand, that sort of thing. Is she trolling you?
Yes.
It's unclear.
No, she really is.
But you learned something important.
Which is?
Never return a gift from Grandma?
No matter what happens, there's nothing you can say or do to make your grandma stop adoring you. And the more you get out in the world, the more people you meet, the more you realize how rare and special that is.
Thanks, Steph. That means a lot.
You got it.
You got it. Let's have a bobble of the
You have a
bobblehead.
designated driver for tonight, right?
You're doing well, Steph.
Let's save some banter for next year.
Oh, have we reached banter limitation? Oh, I thought we would do eventually. But the useless box. I didn't even notice that was there.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, we can't use the sound effects box at the moment, unfortunately. I do need to look on my task list. I'll start the Newton's Cradle. It's off. And then I will look on my task
I know I
list.
say this every New Year's, but this was a fucking crazy year.
I think we've completed the tasks. We've done 3 adverts. We've taken 2 callers. I think we need the clue. Where is the clue? Is it in here somewhere? I'm going to press leave and we'll go and have a look. But didn't Ethan say the clue was in the sound deck? Hello everybody, it's me from the future. Well, only 24 hours into the future. Yes, I know I'm wearing the same jumper, different t-shirt. I wanted to establish some degree of continuity between what had just been happening at the point where I stopped and where I am now. Little story to tell you. You will know that where I stopped, I was stumped. I could not interact with the 6th clue, which I was convinced was the soundboard in the radio station booth, because that's what Ethan's clue said it would be. And I could actually see something poking out underneath the little console to the left of the phone, but I couldn't interact with it because whenever I tried to, the sort of illuminating border extended to include the phone itself. And whenever I clicked on the phone, it simply said, well, you know, call or don't call, make your mind up, or something like that. So in other words, I couldn't get to the clue. So I stopped at that point. I say at that point, I spent half an hour looking around the shop to make sure I hadn't made any silly mistake. But no, that's where it should be. And I did something I don't usually do. I Googled to find out what on earth was going on. And I discovered there is a glitch in the game. An actual glitch that other people have experienced in exactly the same way. And it is potentially a game-breaking glitch because you cannot progress beyond that point if you can't pick up that clue and can carry on with the scavenger hunt. Though no real solutions were suggested by my Googling, that, you know, from things I read that other people had said. Some people said they just abandoned the game at that point. Others actually said they had managed to complete it, but only by restarting. Now, with the best will in the world, there was no way I was going to go all the way back to the very, very start of the game. I tried reloading last checkpoint. It didn't work, because the last checkpoint actually was the point at which Steph came out of the booth, potentially, I think, looking for clue 5, which was Ethan's note buried in the record collection, ready for Steph to read and send her back into the booth to look for the soundboard. So what I ended up having to do, believe it or not, was to reload from the nearest hard save, and I think the game basically saves once a season, because I had to replay from the start of autumn. That took a while. My wife was actually sharing the office with me earlier today, and she was doing some work on the computer, which is covered up behind me. You can't actually see it, but there is a computer. There's a monitor there. You can probably just make out. And had to listen to me chuntering. I was not well pleased to be having to play through the whole of autumn again and part of winter with no guarantee that that would solve the problem. As it happened, what I chose to do was this. Last time in my playthrough of winter, I did lots of random tasks. I went and looked at stuff in the shop, I read adverts, answered phone calls, and I did it in my order, which I didn't think mattered. But there was a point at which Gabe indicated to me that he'd left a message for me, and I needed to go and find it. And I didn't do that straight away. I thought, well, hang on, I'm in the middle of doing other things in the shop, so I'll just finish these off, then I'll go and look for Gabe's message. I did get Gabe's message. It was the first clue about the scavenger hunt. I followed the scavenger hunt and got stuck on clue 6. This time, on the playthrough, as soon as I got the message from Gabe saying, I've pushed something under the door for you to look at, I went and picked it up. And I followed the scavenger hunt straight away. So there were radio messages not done, phone calls not taken, other tasks in the shop which I should have completed and didn't. Last time, remember, I completed all the tasks up to that point. And I got to Ethan's 5th clue, which said go find the soundboard. I went into the booth, looked at the soundboard, and lo and behold, I can now interact with the 6th clue. So, I'm very pleased. This game has taken me months, as I've explained earlier, to play through because of stuff going on in life. I was in a t-shirt when I started back in the early summer. It was just about the end of spring, actually, I think. So it's virtually taken me a whole year, because we're almost entering into winter now, to do this. I'm so pleased that I will actually get to finish the game, but my goodness, there's going to be an editing job to do. I'm not going to show you all the second run through of the phone calls and the radio adverts and all the other interactions with stuff in the shop. I want to get this scavenger hunt completed and move us forward towards the end of the story. So there'll be some editing. I won't have you having to sit through seeing stuff I've already done up to this point in the playthrough. See what I'm saying? I'm going to carry on from the scavenger hunt. I'm relieved beyond measure, I would have to say, because the thought of not being able to complete the game at all would have been rather sad. I bought the game a while ago now, so I think it's way beyond any possibility that I could have gone back to PlayStation and said to them, there's something wrong here, this DLC, I can't finish it. I don't think they would really be interested. And actually, I've enjoyed the game so much, I don't think I would have done that anyway. But I am relieved that I'm going to be able to finish it. Okay, that's it. That's me from the future, or the present as it is now. Gosh, this is getting confusing. Let's return to the game.
I should answer that call.
You should, but there's no way I'm going to, Steph, because there's a clue there. Can you see it now? And I am going to look at that clue.
Valkyrie, we're best friends. It says so right here.
Okay, so the clue says, she's your real best friend, no point trying to pretend. I tried to compete, I admit defeat. It's a mash made in hell. What can I say? Oh well. So Valkyrie then. There's my 6th clue. I'm not answering that telephone at all. It can ring until the cows return home. Valkyrie's got to be something to do with the food or the dish or the toy, I would have thought. Turn around, Steph.
Where's that next clue?
Oh, I think I've just found it. Oh, it's so much easier now. Oh, that was it. You solved the scavenger hunt. Your prize is on a shelf in the back. Oh, God. I honestly... Shelf in the back. This is the back.
Turns out every record I had on hold for myself was the perfect holiday gift for one of my friends.
You've said that already. In the back. This is the back. That's a door we can never go through. That's the unisex restroom. In the game, it won't let us go through there. I've looked at all this stuff. Don't glitch again on me, game. Just do not do this.
I found the last clue. Just have to find my prize.
You do. I don't know where it is. It could be in the back, meaning in the back down here, I suppose. In the side room. I wouldn't call that the back. I would call that the back. The storeroom there where it says Happy New Year 2019. This is part of the shop. Shelves in the back. Well, these are shelves. Shelves.
If someone told me when I started this random ass job that we'd get popular enough to sell merch, I would have punched them in the foot.
Goodness me, I don't believe this is going to go round again, sending me all over the place. It's been a... Better not miss picking that up.
There are a lot of shelves in the back room.
There are a lot of shelves in the back room. So that wasn't the back room then. This is the back room. It's saying to me that I've not looked on all the shelves. It's quite correct, I probably didn't. Let's get on to the shelves in the back room. Box.
Holy shit. This is rad.
Oh, is this the gift? Whoever sits here does so by the beneficence of Steph Gingrich, Black Lantern regular, staple of the Haven community, and must yield their place to her upon request.
You wonderful bunch of absolute geeks.
Oh, look at what they've said. Let's read this. Steph, the time has come for me to formally release you from your fuzzball oath. If or when you're ready to leave Haven, I won't throw a fit, I promise. On the other hand though, maybe you've seen the little plaques screwed onto some of the bar stools at fine old taverns and such. Those seats are reserved for members of the community who, no matter how far they stray or how long they stay gone, will always have a spot at the bar when they return. Well, you're one of them now. You've earned it. Thanks for a great year. We love you, man. Gabe, Ryan, Charlotte. P.S. Swing by tomorrow and claim your stool.
Gotta finish up the radio show. Can't drink on the job.
Right, now I've got to finish up the radio show. You haven't, so there'll be an edit at this point while I repeat all the stuff we've already done. And then some editing more than that, I presume, to get it all to make sense. There it is. There's the thing we found. That's made her happy. What's to say, Steph?
I've done enough work tonight. Almost time to break open the champagne.
I have completed my radio station tasks.
All right. Think it's about time to crack open that champagne.
Let's go do it. Open the champagne.
Okay, Jed. What have you hooked me up with? Close enough.
Yeah, it's not far away. Well, that's going to happen. She's celebrating New Year's on her own, which is a little bit sad. But then, you know, Steph is a bit of a loner at the moment.
Happy New Year, Valkyrie!
wherever you are.
It's probably asleep. Most of the cats we've ever owned like to go to sleep at night. What they did during the night, I've no idea, but they certainly went to sleep at bedtime. Okay, what's next? Well, Ryan's busy in the side room. Valkyrie! Steph's practicing for the LARP.
Shout out to anyone who sung along with that bridge. You're awesome. New releases in just a minute, but first, let's hear from you. Hey there, you're live on KRCT. How's it going?
Who's
Hey,
this?
Steph, I heard you don't do fortunes anymore.
What?
Could you make an exception?
Sorry, those days are over.
But why? Did something happen?
Not really. Just started thinking life's more interesting if you don't try to predict everything first.
It's such a tiny question. All I want to know is which friend should I...
The taller one. Thanks for calling. Question from Rochelle in Colorado Springs. How's Valkyrie doing?
Very well by the looks
Val's
of it.
doing great. She's completely moved in. She loves to sleep on my lap. She's scratching all the customers. I'm in heaven. All right. Here's a new release from The Wednesday. Let me know what you think.
I hope Valkyrie's not scratching the vinyl as well. Oh, Radio DJ Jobs Seattle. She looks happier, don't you think? Energetic Steph. Oh. Hey Alex. Long time no see. And that was how it all started. I got to the end. Okay, the relief is palpable. I'll be back in a second. So we made it to the end of the game, and I'm pleased that we did, because Steph's story is an intriguing one. I love the stuff you get to choose as a player. The interactivity is quite on a high level, choosing how to explore the shop, your responses to the questions that people ask you, giving your advice. The use of the D20, I think it builds in a good degree of replayability as well. I certainly shall be replaying this. I did enjoy my first playthrough. This was a blind playthrough, obviously, and not knowing what to expect. Although that was a double-edged sword, it turned out, this time, because I was unaware of the existence of that glitch. That's the thing about blind playthroughs. If you do limited research into things just such as how long is it and is it well regarded and that sort of thing, then you don't find out about the nitty-gritty stuff, such as you might come to a point in the game where you can't progress any further and you're going to have to think your way around it. Thankfully, last night's Googling led to today's completion of the game. I don't know whether it was me simply going back and restarting from autumn, which did it. I don't know whether it was me deciding to go and do the scavenger hunt the moment that Gabe told me there was a message waiting for me to pick up. I don't know what it was that changed things the second time around, but hey, it worked. I'll take it. I am pleased that I played the DLC. You can't actually play the Life is Strange Wavelengths DLC until you have completed the whole of the main story of True Colours. So I had to wait a while before I could do that. But it was well worth waiting for, and it's taken me a while to actually just find the time here and there to complete Wavelengths, but I'm so glad that I did. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I will be along with another game really soon. Thanks for watching. Until then, bye.